Nathan and Emma here from Mighty Lancer Games. Welcome to Two Paint Tuesday. How is everybody on this fine day? The warm weather has finally cracked and we've got rain.
It's still too hot though.
It is still warm. Yeah, how is everybody? Hope you've all had a super duper day.
What you been up to, John? Anything exciting? We've unpacked some deliveries. Woohoo!
Yeah.
Exciting times.
Unpacked some deliveries. I had an appointment this morning with a rep from one of our suppliers. Nothing overly strenuous or exciting today.
Yeah, it can't be exciting lifestyle all the time, can it?
No.
Or it's alright. John's done some food shopping.
Whoop,
Whoop,
whoop.
whoop. We don't do that. We just don't have any food.
Yeah. I went and got the bare minimum for us to survive for another week from the supermarket the other day.
Yep. Yeah, so this, John, is the black coach. This has been on top of my cupboard for a very long time.
Approaching a year.
Probably longer. Hey, Ballbane!
Hi!
How are you doing? What you been up to? So yeah, this has been... I've wanted to do this for easily over a year. And I was going to do it for the Great Brush Off, always wanted to paint theme, but I'm too scared to put it together. That's basically what it is. Basically too scared to put it together. So I've got it back down off the top of the cupboard again. Give it a bit of a dust. And I'm going to have another look at it and then contemplate whether I'm going to put it together this time. Yay! So are we ready? I hope nothing's started living in here, that'd be manky.
Yeah, I gave it a quick one, so...
Look at this spooky. I'm going to just... raise me up. Move the camera slightly. It's not really helping. My spotlight's not really helping. But there you go, look. Spooky, spooky. What's it say? Hey Sharon!
Totally missed a bit on that guy. Gonna have to go back and fix that.
Yeah, invisible Pokemon, I don't know what happened there. Yeah, so the black coach is a carriage of the underworlds, pulled by skeletal nightmare steeds and driven by a cane wraith. The carriage hurtles into the thick of the fray. Balefire flares as the spectral wheels and hooves streak through the air itself. The coffin within the ornate carriage holds the remains of a powerful undead creature, and it grows stronger as the coach harvests souls of those slain upon the battlefield. As the wholesome begin grows in might, so too does the black coach, until it glows with the nimbus of unholy vigour. Ooh.
Sounds cool.
So, mine's not going to go like that though, is it? Mine's going to be me being very, very grumpy as I try and put it together.
Wow.
Sharon says, thank you very much for my summer solstice mini, Nathan. It's awesome.
You're welcome. I hope you like it. I've agonised long over it.
Battlebase says, I've been working on my 30k. I'm sorting out a game for a couple of weeks' time, so I'll be heading down to the shop soonish.
Excellent, excellent.
Look at that scary box of plastic. It's got some cool detail. Let's have a look. So that's the top of the coffin that's got the undead guy in it. Is that the undead guy? Can you see him in the coach?
You can make it with the lid off, I think.
Oh, well, the lid's like see-through and then...
No, there's... No, so that bit, isn't that bit the lid? So you can have that as the lid of the coffin.
What, this?
Yeah.
Oh, got to go in there?
Yeah, or you can have it open.
Oh, right. That's like egg timer counting down to death. And there's the curtains, I think, for the coach. And the wheels with the spectral flames. Oh, I don't know. I'm scared already. Here's the
It'll be
horsies.
fine.
I got the cool horsies. Get the cool horsies. So they've got you've got your horsies, and apparently this Mister here, you can have him in two different poses, and then you've got more wraiths hanging around. This one's trying to read the guy in the coffin a bedtime story. This one's brought him a present for when he wakes up. They're being so nice to him. This, yeah, this looks scary. I thought I might just try and put the coffin together and not go too over ambitious.
Small steps.
Small steps. See, you can have creepy dude. Right.
Small steps, says the lady who built the Eidolon of Mathlan as her like third ever mini.
Yeah, but I just whacked that together without any real thought. And then when I tried to put them squigs together without any thought, I missed half their faces. So, you know. I'm gonna try that. I don't know what the little red what's the little red symbols mean.
I don't know.
Paint before assembly. Tells you to paint before assembly.
There you go.
Look at the different symbols. So that one means dry fit before gluing, just to make sure. Variant assembly, so that must be the Mister. And paint before assembly, because once you've stuck it in there, there's no getting it out. So yeah, you got to paint this lot before. So this. I'm going to attempt to do this section here. Battlebane says, managed to kit bash. I can't read it because of the camera. What's that say?
Managed to kit bash an armistice for my Iron Warriors. Have to say I'm a massive fan of how kit bash friendly 30k is. It is really good. There's a lot of parts interchangeable depending on which kit you're using. Fafnir Ran, the character, is a great base for many other characters. But it depends on what mark of armour, because some of the parts are not overly compatible between like the Mark 6 and the Mark 3s, for example. But it looks like we're getting an updated Mark 3 kit later in the year, so that might be better. Hi, Kroniko! So I am just putting in some black on my stern guard from the Leviathan set. So seeing as they're so bright, and I've done the gun casings and what have you red, I decided that they're flappy, tabardy, loinclothy bits are just going to be plain black. So not to have too much of a riot of colour in there, because they're going to be bright silver anyway. So these bits are just going to be black. Just going to go straight up black. Black's hard enough for me to highlight and what have you anyway, so I figured we'll go black. Not try and get too much going on colour-wise, because I want them to be a simple paint. Come on then, dog. Come on. Come on. Come on then. Come on then. Yeah, in you go. Come on. Look, Boofles is in there ready for you. Go on. No? No, you don't want to be in there. You don't
Just tried the new Max Matte Formula paint from Green Stuff World, and wow, that's good coverage. Is that the new formula one? Is that actually different then? Is it? Because we've not tried it.
Yeah.
Well, that's good then. I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm glad.
We were looking at them last night, weren't we? And
were we? Oh yeah, we did the Green Stuff World order,
yeah.
didn't we? We were working till 1. I can't remember what we were doing.
And it looks like they've just replaced all of the existing, but there's no kind of indication of what is max formula and what's not. So as we restock paints, we will get the new formula stuff.
It says it in tiny letters on the bottle, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But on the order form, it doesn't say.
Yeah, it doesn't differentiate.
And the SKUs and everything are all the same. The pictures are all the same. It's like, oh, helpful. Hey, Tony. Oh, I went a bit croaky there, Tony. Sorry.
What colour did you try, Sharon? What was it like? Here comes the small person.
What glue do I need for
Polystyrene cement.
the stuff that we've tipped all over ourselves?
Yeah. Do you want it? Because it might still be outside.
It is still outside. I've got this one. Does this one work?
Yeah, that'll work.
This one work.
So we have had some Tamiya extra thin, the one with the green cap, that had been damaged in transit. So seeing as mine was running out, I've got it to decant into my existing bottle. But because it had spilled, it really stinks. So I left it outside.
And we both got it all over us.
So now it's on the bench outside the back door, getting wet in the rain.
I have to go through my existing Green Stuff World paints before the Max ones start to cycle in, says Tony. Yeah, they're here. They're here infiltrating the painting rack, going, haha, we are new.
Yep.
Ha! Has anybody tried the new speed paints by Army Painter, Princess Pink? That's right, isn't it?
Yeah, Princess Pink is looking to be one of the most popular colours.
It's very, very popular, and we're not sure why. I mean, we haven't tried it ourselves, but I'm just wondering what everyone's using it for. It's this, Koronico, it's this. I'm being brave-ish, maybe slightly. Not too brave. I'm not over-egging.
How's Project Eye Bleach coming on, Koronico? Koronico's painting
Stuck it to my finger.
going to paint some Tyranids.
How I managed to stick it to my finger? I didn't think you could.
I have no idea, my dear. No idea. In some wild and glittery shades.
I've had mine for over a year, Koronico, and I'm too scared to put it together, so it was going to be my always wanted to paint, but I got too scared. Oh, I'm supposed to be painting that first. I'll put some glue in it now. Oh, I see, I've done it wrong already. Not even done out yet.
You did it wrong.
Because you're supposed to paint this before I stick that bit in. According to the instructions, that bit goes in there, but it says...
What bit goes in where?
This bit goes in there. But it says on a little symbol, look, little symbol that says, paint it before you do that, otherwise you won't be able to, because everything will be in the way.
Oh well.
Can I just whack some black primer on this?
You should be able to.
Ooh.
Do you want the brush on black?
Yeah, I don't think I've nicked it off yet. Tony says, ooh,
Oh, you might have done it.
go for it. Always fun. Yeah, I really like it, but I'm scared, so. No, but did you bring me... Oh, yeah, I have. But did you bring me any more?
No, because we ain't got any more yet.
Is there any other black primer?
I've got some Vallejo black primer.
Because it's nearly empty. Thank you. Panda would like some love.
Oh.
Project Eye Bleach is progressing well. I'm mixing it up with both glitter and colour shift paint.
Awesome.
Wowzers.
Awesome.
Well, I've got bubbles. And bubbles.
Right. The Terminators haven't got any haven't got any cloth areas. But I am just going to block in the blade of this guy's sword with some black, so I can come back and make it a suitably colourful power sword later. And then once I've finished with the black, I'm going to show you my size comparison that I promised. Oh, we did do purity seals in classic colours. Have you got anything? Nope. Okay. Yeah, we'll do size comparison, and then we'll do gold or brass. We'll do brass.
There's a wild Pokemon chat. It's like an alien spider. It's like we eradicated all the spiders from Earth, and then we got alien ones in place.
That's weird. That is weird.
Yeah, it's a spider with a bubble around its head.
It's a spider with a bubble around its
It's
head.
a water and a bug type Pokemon.
A water and a bug type Pokemon, says Little Miss. John and Tony are throwing balls at it. Are they fireballs?
That's what it should be. Burn it with fire.
It's just sat there minding its own business. We went to the cash and carry in the van. The van hasn't moved for a while, and the last time it moved, it went to London with the lads who weren't particularly bothered about cleaning. The van is an absolute tip, and it's been taken over by spiders. Is the only way that I can describe the van. It's theirs now, and we're not allowed in it. And to get in the passenger's seat that doesn't get used, obviously, because I'm not normally in it with Nathan. Hey, Wicked D. I had to crawl through a sheet of cobwebs. Is the best way that I could.
I think you were breaking it.
No, you weren't watching. You were faffing. Crawl through a sheet of cobwebs, and then I got the look off you of like, what are you doing? And I said, look at all this, and I pointed out the cobwebs that were still there, because obviously I'd broken most of them trying to get in. And you were like, oh yeah.
Yeah, well, I'd have my head somewhere near all that without realising, because I'd had to put the battery back in.
Anyway, there's loads of spiders. So I was like, okay, let's go. Didn't bother moving them, just, got in, tra-la-la. And then a fly came in through the window, because that's what flies do, isn't it?
Yeah.
When you open your windows or your doors to let in some air. Flies instantly fly in because they want to live with us. And it landed near a spider web that was on the dashboard right in the corner. And the spider came running out from the corner like, oh yes, some food, give me some food, like that. Really desperate. And tried to grab hold of it. It was like a little fight going on in the corner of the dashboard. And then the fly escaped and the spider sulked back into its corner. And I said to you, didn't I, how is that spider still alive? Is it just eating dust?
Yeah.
Because there's nothing in here for it to eat. So, does anybody know? There's no flies in there. There might be maybe one or two odd tiny ones 1,000 years ago, but it's all sealed up. It's, the van's shut.
They eat each other if they have no food.
It wasn't very big though, this spider, and it and this poor fly, it had probably lasted it its whole life. It was massive blue bottle, and it escaped. So I was like, oh, poor spider.
They eat each other.
Okay, Daddy. I've managed to do a plasma effect I'm proud of. I went red-pink colour instead of classic blue, says Battlebane. Cool.
Nice.
I'll put in the Discord after this if I remember.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That's what Little Mrs just said, Battlebane. Other spiders, but it was only little. It was only a tiny little thing. It wasn't very big. Gizzy, what are you doing? You're supposed to be like over here so that we can see you. Don't give me the sad face. Look at that face. Leave me alone, Mum. I don't like that side anymore. You're all so mean.
He's not all meat.
I'll just turn Gizzy Cam off because it's just leg cam.
He's more leg cam.
No, your dad leg cam.
Yeah.
Dad's leg cam.
There we go. That's
Hopefully over the coming weeks you'll see that my transition from pale white to tanned as I wear my shorts every day.
Probably not, because you're in the shop, so it's not like you're on holiday. So while I'm faffing about with this thing, what are you doing?
Painting, currently painting black on Space Marine cloak. So once I've finished putting this black on here and on the sword, we're going to get on to painting some gold on the trim and the various accessories on these guys. And then, if I'm lucky, we might get on to painting some leather. So I've got a plan. Got a plan for July.
Oh yeah.
July's painting thing.
July's painting thing.
Yeah, painting agenda for July. Or painting and modelling agenda for July. Because I currently I want to finish these guys, but after finishing these guys, I haven't got anything else that has to be completed. So it's a toss-up between what do I work on next. It's a toss-up between.
Hey, Red Scott.
Building.
Absolutely, Tony. Absolutely.
Building the model plane that I've been saying I was going to build for
build the model plane.
ages. Or painting and building some more Space Marines to go with these guys.
No, plane.
You think I should do the plane?
Yeah, you said you wanted to do that ages ago.
Okay, we'll do a plane.
I've overruled everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody else might be like, no, Space Marines are the best.
No, that's fine. That's fine. And also, because it's going to be I know which plane I'm going to do, it'll fit with the MLG brush-off theme.
War. What is it good for?
Absolutely nothing.
Say it again. Maybe then.
Maybe that one.
So I'm going to do a plane.
I don't think we get a copyright. I don't think anybody'd realise that's what we were trying to do. I don't know if I'm just going to whack this on and hope for the best.
What was that weird noise?
That was your daughter. So, what you tell us?
Yeah, what you gonna tell us?
Are we having the thing for the special thing?
Oh, I suppose if we have to.
Yay!
It's a birthday. Are we all? I can only ever picture Jackie Chan with that song. Really? Okay. Info warning, everybody, because it's birthday time.
So.
There is a mighty Lancer birthday, a mighty Lancer birthday. Someone has a birthday in mighty Lancer land. Happy birthday.
Yay!
Tony says, no, Space Marines are dull, the plane is a river.
Yep.
Wicked Day says, ooh, whose birthday is it? No idea.
Yep. It is Mrs MLG's birthday.
Yay! Exciting!
Yay! Happy birthday to you! Happy birthday to you! Happy birthday, Mrs MLG! Happy birthday to you!
Do you mean I composed that beautiful MLG birthday song and all the time I could have just had you singing it?
Yeah.
Ugh. Wah!
Yeah. So no stream tomorrow because we're going out for a tea for Mrs MLG's birthday.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Battlebane. Why did I say Battlebane?
I've no idea.
No, I've only got Coke. Your drink.
Yeah. It's Mrs MLG 21 again.
Oh no, miles off 21. I think I missed 21 and just jumped to For my 21st birthday, we went out in fancy dress. We used to have fancy dress parties all the time at my house because I was the only one of my friends that owned a house because I was boring and saved up and purchased my first house at 19 and all my mates were just out getting drunk. So we used to have parties at my house because I was the only one with one. Yay! And so for my 21st, we did a fancy dress party of the 80s because obviously that's the decade I was born, where everyone came as dressed as something from the 80s. But what happened was everybody came as like punks kind of looking. Absolutely everyone, apart from my two best friends, who we'd kind of forgotten to tell that actually it turned into the theme now. And one came as a Ninja Turtle, and one came as Superman. And he had dyed his hair jet black so that he could look like Superman, and got worried halfway through and tried to scrub it off because he got some on his forehead and he didn't want to dye his forehead because he did it just before he'd come out, and scrubbed so hard that it took all of the skin off of his forehead, and by the time he came out he had jet black hair and a bright red bleeding forehead, and then was very sulky when he realised that they were the only two that had done anything different. So there you go. Yeah, it was like I don't really know. It was weird what it turned into, Tony. It was a strange theme in the end.
Punk.
Yeah.
80s.
Yeah, it was weird. There was neon and some paper clips, not paper clips. Safety pins and neon, and there was all sorts of strange stuff. But everybody had fun.
And you and I met in the weeks before your.
Doing.
Yeah, look, I'm there. Look, you and I met in the weeks before your 26th birthday.
We did. Yes, this was all before you. And my other friends who were girls, who I don't talk to anymore because this was 1,000 million years ago, they decided that they were going to sulk with me for most of the night. I can't get this to work. They were going to sulk with me for most of the night because another one of our friends, who they didn't really know, so another one of my friends, it was also their birthday week. Their birthday was after mine, but it was their birthday week, and they didn't have anyone to go out with or have anywhere to have a party or do anything. So I said that we could have a joint birthday party and that they could just come with us because, it's all good fun, isn't it? And so we went into one pub, and they used to serve food in this particular pub, and we got a cake. And me and this other girl had made our own cakes, and we were like, let's have the cakes. Now we're all drunk in this place, we'll have a bit to eat, because obviously it was an all-day session. And everyone was singing Happy Birthday, Emma and Sarah, and my annoying girlfriends were shouting over the top, just Emma. I thought was very mean, and hence why I'm not friends with that kind of people anymore, because what's the difference? Why not just all have fun together? But no, it was very strange. So there you go, all good fun.
Meanies.
Is there a reason why you're remembering this is because you have photographs?
No, I remember this, it's fine. There's certain things I do remember, and there's lots of things that I have photographs from. Because I used to take photographs all the time with a proper camera and get them developed, and half the film used to be of your finger over the lens and that kind of thing. I used to take millions and millions of photos, so I have lots of photos to remind me of things that happened.
Right, I'm going to show you a little size comparison. So yesterday I showed you the Saturnine pattern Terminator guy. Here is original Space Hulk plastic Terminator, unpainted. Unfortunately, his aerial has broken off, but that is aerial. Like
Dad will show you later when you stop talking.
So this is original plastic Space Hulk Terminator. He's tiny. Look how little he is compared to new big Terminator. There is super miniature. This is from the Gene Stealer expansion for original Space Hulk. This is a Terminator Librarian, also unpainted. There with his 4 sacks. In fact, he's still got a bit of sprue stuck on there, on his axe there. Tiny Terminator librarian. I wonder how because the new Terminator librarian is massive, isn't he? I wonder if how he compares to that. I haven't stuck that one together yet. That is, yeah, so that's Terminator. And then I've dug out original metal Terminator assault cannon Terminator. So there you go, that's size comparison for assault cannon Terminator. Look how weedy his gun is. He's super dinky. Turn him a bit so you can actually, yeah. He's tiny. He's like his baby brother. It's cool. So original metal Terminator with assault cannon is GW 1989. It says on the back. Yeah, 1989. That guy's from.
There's a wild Pokemon in chat.
What's that? 1989. 34 years. 34 years old. This guy.
Oh.
And then these didn't have dates on. I don't think. On the plastic ones, no. Yeah, so I can't tell you exactly how old they are, but somewhere in the same kind of region, I would guess. No, he doesn't have any on his either. But yeah, still got a little stash. Still got a little stash of those kind of things, plastic, unpainted, and I've got some that are kind of painted. That might get a repaint at some point in the future. But right now we're painting new ones.
Battlebane says, I read it somewhere, I'm rapidly approaching my 20s and I'm dreading it. Why are you dreading it? It's only a number.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
And Tony says, nearly as old as my eldest son.
A Red Scope says 34 years. Don't remind me.
Well, the 90s was only last week, and you know, the 80s was only about 5 years ago, so I don't know what you lot are all talking about.
That's it.
John caught the Pokemon. I've just put my paintbrush in the wrong well. You alright, what are you doing?
Oh, just changing my glasses for me close-up painty glasses.
Rapidly approaching 20s, says Wiki D. That's literally fresh out of the womb. Nice. Yeah, you see, I had a mortgage by the time I was 20. To buy a house, darling. My dad brought some models of his friend and it came with some basing stuff. I've been using it recently and it's probably double my age, says Battlebane.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm reading terribly because I can't quite see the screen. That's my excuse and I'm sticking to it. Sharon says, oi, Red Scope, we're the same age. Tony says, literally, I never got into Warhammer Fantasy or 40k. I was too busy playing various RPGs. Started in 82 with the old red box basic Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, so I didn't really start playing D&D until I was 16, 17, properly anyway. I'd had experiences prior to that, and I'd done a couple of other games. Tried the Ghostbusters RPG in my early teens and stuff, but proper D&D. Oh, hi everyone! Proper D&D didn't really start until I was 16, 17 for me.
Hey Reaper Peeps, how you all doing? We're talking about the first games that we've played. Mr MLG was just talking about what D&D he's been playing. I am attempting to put together a Black Coach from Games Workshop, and Mr MLG over there is painting Space Marines from Leviathan.
Yep. We're going with some Silver Templars or Silver Guard or whatever they turn out as. when I've finished. I decided that I'm not really overly keen on Black Templar's rules. So, although somebody did say, I can't remember who it was, might have been Red Scope, that apparently the new rules, the Black Templars, are actually pretty good, but I haven't looked, if I'm honest. Yeah. So, but I don't want to paint all of the armour black, so that's why we're going with a different scheme.
Wicked D says, shock horror, you've actually unleashed the black coach. Yeah, I've got it down off the cupboard, it's been up there about a year. And I'm being very brave and just sticking this tiny little bit together. Because I'm too scared to try and put the rest of the plastic together, because I'm so used to painting things like Reaper miniatures that this sprue of plastic is a little bit scary. So I'm doing tiny little bit at a time. Tiny little bit at a time, and getting my courage up because I'm a big scaredy cat.
You're not a scaredy cat.
I am a big scaredy cat. So you were saying that you kind of didn't really play D&D when you first started playing games. I've never played D&D. You were teaching me and Wicked D and the kids how to play Pathfinder, weren't you?
Yeah.
Which we need to pick up again. How many years is it since we last played Wicked D?
It's nearly 2.
Nearly 2 years, because everything went. Something happened, didn't it? Some weird thing happened, and we all lost half of the time. Some, I don't know, disease thing. So we all had to stop playing, obviously, for safety reasons, and we haven't taken it back up again yet because we haven't had time. But we were talking about it yesterday, and how we should really plan to start playing again. But is it much difference? Pathfinder, which version are we doing?
First edition Pathfinder we were playing, so it's not overly different to some like 3rd edition D&D, really. So the version that Tony started on is like original D&D. My first D&D experience was a D&D, which is like an evolution of that.
So here we are, painting Games Workshop, talking about Dungeons and Dragons and being raided by Reaper. Well, we're doing quite across all the realms there.
Yeah, when I was at school, one of the sixth form guys set up a little D&D group or RPG group, and we played Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which was based on the D&D mechanics.
Oh, thank you. That's really super kind. The Adrian.
Awesome, thank you.
Thank you. Even Panda's waving at you in the bottom corner. That's our stream pet. It's very kind. Thank you.
Yeah, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and obviously you don't want to play as one of the original turtles, so I had a character who was a skunk.
You don't want to play?
Well, no, you maybe do want to play as one of the original turtles, but you want to, like, in an RPG, you really want to define your own character, I guess.
Right, okay, I understand.
So,
I don't know.
So I had there was all sorts of rules for creating your own character, and so I had a skunk.
Cool.
I can't remember what he was called.
Was it Skunk McSkunkface?
No, it definitely wasn't.
We've held a skunk, haven't we?
Yeah.
That was super cool. I've never been that close to a skunk before. It was super cute. Super cute. Oh, I'm being impatient again and not letting it dry before I've started faffing about.
Is it coming apart?
No, the paint, my paint. Is there any chance of you doing the live game streams again? They were awesome. Yeah, we did. Was that Pathfinder or was that D&D?
We did D&D, didn't we?
So I have played it. Did I play it?
Yeah, you did play D&D.
Oh, I have played it. It was cool. It was lots of fun. The problem comes down to time, unfortunately.
Yeah, I need time to prepare and stuff.
Hopefully we can.
Yeah, I think we will definitely look to do something along those kind of lines.
I mean, we don't have to do D. You can always do Pathfinder if it's.
Oh no, we'd do D&D. It's easy.
Are we allowed? Because didn't they have a little bit about stuff at one point?
No, I think it's fine.
Is it?
Yeah.
We were going to do the fantasy flight thing, weren't we? What was that thing we were going to do? We were going to do lots of stuff.
Mansions of Madness.
No, this. Fighting Fantasy, that's it.
Fighting Fantasy.
What's Fantasy? Oh, that's a board game place, isn't it? We were going to do this. Weren't we? We were going to do it live on stream so that everyone could put their things into chat and we could do the game together. But I need you to do this because I don't know how it works.
Okay.
I don't know.
Would
Would anybody like that? Would that be something that you'd like to join in with? I think we'd probably need a poll, wouldn't we? So a poll on what we'd want to do. So
it'd be slow going if you do that for every page.
Well, you can have a little poll. It's good to wait for people to say what they want to do.
Okay.
I don't know how it works. Oh yeah. So when you guess, when you have the options, then we would see what everyone wanted to do. I think. I don't know. We'd have to. What do you think? Is that a good idea, or does that sound really rubbish?
It sounds really good.
So, I brought a box of old Chaos Knights, says Battlebane, and the first Age of Sigmar box set when I was 8. Put it away and got back into it in late 2019, early 2020 after 40k popped up on YouTube out of nowhere and got into it again, although it was 40k this time. I see, YouTube being helpful there then.
Awesome.
I've definitely never played 40k.
No.
I've forgotten that I played Dungeons & Dragons. Definitely never played 40k. Mr MLG keeps threatening to make me, but I'm not very good with maths and remembering stuff, so I don't think I'd be very good. I said to you, we might, something silly like the Gorka Morkery thing might be fun, but I don't think I'd be enjoying the other stuff. I'd love that, says Tony. You're allowed. Yes, I did ask, Tony. I went, please, sir, can I have super permission, please?
What's that?
To do the Fighting Fantasy, I asked the Mister. I asked Mr Livingston.
Oh, have you? You didn't tell me that.
Oh, well, it was ages ago. It was ages ago when we first found the book out the garage, and I asked you if
fair enough.
If you were going to help me do it, and then we done it.
Oh well, we'd best do it then.
But do you think a poll would work? Do you think that would be? I can't think how. Because obviously we want your input, otherwise it'd be just be us reading a story. Do you think it would?
I think a poll would work. You don't run them for too long and stuff.
Yeah, I can't remember what the shortest poll. What's the shortest? I can't even find polls now in my little thing. Duration. A minute. A minute's the shortest one. That's quite long, isn't it?
Yeah, that'd be right.
But like, we'll just have to yak in between. Don't worry about it. I'm not too great about maths and remembering, but it becomes muscle. Yeah, I think you like it though. You see, Battlebane. I'm not interested in the slightest. I think if there was a slight, I might try to do that, then it might be a bit different. But when I really don't want to, then I proper sulk, wouldn't I? Like I sulk putting this black coach together, and I've only done this bit, and I've glued it to my finger already, and I've glued it to my finger already with poly cement, which isn't super glue, and I've absolutely no idea how I managed to do that.
No, I don't know. I think that we'll aim to do another D&D community game type thing like we did before. As the nights draw in, so let's say sometime around September.
That's not long, is it? It's not long away.
It's not really, but yes, we definitely aim to do another few sessions worth of something, and we'll organise.
I think you should do this book, though. I think that. Before,
well, yeah, we can do that before then.
I think that'd be fun.
We can do that before then, darling. That is no problem whatsoever.
But like I say, I need you.
Okay.
I need you all the time anyway, but I need you to help me with the book. Yeah, I'm just a big sulky bum, Battlebane, that's all it is. Just a big sulky bum. Do you think we've scared away all the Reaper people yet?
I don't know. If anyone's still here from the Reaper raiding party, we were discussing earlier on, Mrs MLG and I, when the pledge manager for Bone 6 closes. Does anybody know? Because I can't remember seeing any update about when it closes. Does anybody know? Or if anybody's there at all that might know?
Is there anybody there?
Sharon or Kuranika or anybody that might be...
Yeah, Sharon might know.
Yeah, I can't remember seeing anything that said when it was closing, but that might just be...
I really need some new tissue. This is all crusty. No dates yet, says Sharon.
Yeah, I didn't think
like
I'd seen one.
ages ago.
Yeah.
Are we never getting the stuff? If it's not even shut yet, like, it's going to be a million years until we get it.
Yeah.
Sharon's like, yes, that's good, I've got nowhere to put it. She's not typed that, but that's what I'm thinking, like, in her head. I've put those words into her mouth for her. There's a wild Panseer in chat. If you are doing the Pokemon community game, throw your balls at it. If you're not doing the Pokemon community game, click !poke start, type that into chat, !poke start, all one string of words, and you can get started with the Pokemon community game and catch Pokemon.
Yep.
In various chats, not just in ours. Does that look like wood? I figure it will close around end of this year. Those are the rumours, at least, not official rumours.
End
Just
of the year.
speculation. That's ages away. To be fair, I haven't been much interested in 10th for some reason. Had a massive drive to play 30k, so I've been working through my Iron Warriors, says Battlebane.
Excellent. Yeah, we'll have to see if we can organise a game in the future at some point.
You play 30k, don't you?
I do, yeah.
What do you prefer? Or is it just different?
Well, I've definitely got my head more around the rules for 30k than I have new 40k, because I've barely looked at the rulebook. Some of the guys played it in the store the other week, Thursday last week.
What did they reckon?
So some of them thought that it was fantastic, some of them thought not so good.
Alright, is it just because it's different, so people are, like, you know...
Yes, I think so, yeah. Some of them thought it was great, and some of them thought it wasn't quite so good. But, you know, it's only the first game they've played, they might enjoy it more with the more rules and stuff. So one of the, apparently the mission deck that comes in the Leviathan box set and is now available to buy separately, is quite an integral part of the game, and I don't think they were using that, because it hasn't been released yet. So, and nobody had got the Leviathan stuff yet. So, interesting to see what they think once they've got the missions and objectives and stuff.
Have we still got some Leviathan?
We have still got some availability of Leviathan, yeah, a few. If anybody's looking, we have some available on our website at mightylancergames.co.uk. Check it out.
Unboxed some new spooky homewares today. All excited for spooky homewares. Not going to get it on the website for a little while though, that's a bit annoying. But yeah, cool new stuff. I'm using brass, Wicked D. It's gone all gloopy already. The best gold is brass, but it's gloopy.
I'm using brass.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, mine hasn't gone gloopy yet.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Seems a little strange.
Yeah, dunno. Mine's alright.
I bet you
Let's have a look. I'm coming to look at yours now. Let me have a poke. Yeah, it is, look. It's got skin on top.
Oh, I was using it from this side here, so...
Do you know? Like, oh yeah, mine's fine. There's like rice pudding skin on it. You are a funny boy.
Just can't please you.
What are you on about?
I don't know, really. I don't know.
I don't know.
I will get some games of new 40k and 10th edition 40k once I've got my models painted. I've decided that it's very important for me now to be playing with painted models. I only want to play a game if I've got my models painted for it.
Does that just make you feel better?
It does, yeah. It makes
because
me.
we don't have shop rules of such. Do
No.
we?
It's just it's a personal thing. I've decided that I only really want to play if I've got painted figures for whatever game I'm playing. So, trying to get a few bits and pieces done. So these Space Marines and a few other bits to go with them are going to be army for new 40k, and then I'll try some new 40k. And so I showed off in the Discord the other night my first batch of painted figures to use for Mordheim.
Everybody stay hydrated.
Which is a game that I've played a long time ago and is starting to get a little bit of traction at the shop. And then the other thing, I did say that I needed to paint some other stuff. After I've painted my plane, the plane is going to build and paint a plane. But after I've done that, I really need to get on to sorting my Gorkamorka minis out for because I only want to play with painted minis when we start playing Gorkamorka again later in the year.
So what is Gorkamorka?
Gorkamorka is a game based on Necromunda and the 2nd edition 40k rules that is about orcs who have been stranded on a planet when their spaceship crashed. And then, because they've been stuck on this planet, they just start trying to collect all the scrap and all the stuff that they can so they can build a new spaceship and get back on their way to the big Wa, which is orc for massive battle. So they're on their way to join in a huge battle when their spaceship crashes, and they end up on the planet, which is called Angelus, the proper name for the planet. But the game is called Gorkamorka, and it centres around war bands of orcs in vehicles driving around the desert, shooting each other, trying to gain the most scrap, which they can then sell to the mech boys in Mech Town for them to use it to make the spaceship, and then for the various orcs to gain prominence and what have you as they battle and earn their place on the spaceship.
Wow,
And the reason it's called Gorkamorka is that orcs are predominantly made up in this situation of two tribes, Gorkas and Morkas. Gorkas are brutal but cunning, and Morkas are cunning but brutal.
Makes perfect sense.
Is the
Well, why are they the exact same thing?
it's just because it's supposed to be a silly game, really. It's just supposed to be a bit of fun. So it's lots of silly jokes and things about it.
Pando is asleep and dreaming of hobby, apparently.
So there used to be lots of models and things that you could buy specifically for Gorkamorka, but again, it's a game that's been kind of gone for like the best part of 40 years or something. 35 years maybe. No, maybe not that long. Yeah, about 30 years probably, Gorkamorka, something in that kind of region. And it was a lot of fun, but now, because there are so many more cool orc models, you can buy a box of boys and a truck from the new or current orc range and get going straight away. Pretty much, it's pretty cool. It's almost like they've designed them with Gorkamorka in mind, because the truck kit comes with a boarding ramp and a big shooter and a I think it even comes with a wrecking ball, which were all, excuse me, which were all standard Gorkamorka vehicle add-ons. Boarding planks and what have you. So while you were driving alongside your opponent's vehicle, you drop the boarding planks, so it was easier for you guys to claim, like, pile on and attack them and stuff.
So this bit, right, it's all fancy and fancy-dancy. And
Yeah.
that bit just goes in there, like that. She says. Just goes in there like that.
That's what she said.
Can't get it to go in now. Anyway, goes in there. Like, oh, give up, like that. And then this bit goes on top. So you can't actually see it. So why is it all fancy? Why make it all fancy and you can't even see it?
What are you doing? Sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
No, I'm just wittering. It's
Oh,
fine. Doesn't matter.
oh, okay.
I'm just wittering, it just seems strange. Sorry.
Okay, is it not an
I had to
optional?
smile when you mentioned more time, Nathan, as your Summit Solstice mini was inspired by more time. Just Johnny.
Ah, yes.
Yes, yes, yes.
I can see it. I can see it definitely. I can see it. Thank you. I loved it as well. It was awesome. It's in a prominent position in the cabinet at the shop.
Yeah, you're gonna need a bigger cabinet soon.
Yeah. That was something when we ordered the most recent batch of furniture. We didn't order any more cabinets.
We've got nowhere to put them. We haven't put all the furniture together yet.
No, still got some
Waiting
some
for
chairs
Wiki
and
D
a
to come and
bookshelf.
do it because apparently she really likes putting IKEA furniture together.
All
We
right.
need some bookcases. They've got some bookcases that need going together and chairs. What else did we get?
That's it. That's all it needs doing. We've done
bookcase and
everything
chair.
else.
The bookcase needs doing first. What's the matter?
What bit goes in where?
Oh, this bit goes inside that coffiny bit. So we're replacing our current chairs at the shop with comfier, more sturdy chairs. The chairs that we've got currently are absolutely fine. It's just that the new ones are more sturdy for the bums that they get on them, and more comfortable, and they all match. Currently, we've got a bit of a mismatch. And then we were contemplating what we're going to do with the old chairs. There's nothing actually wrong with the old chairs. And did we actually make any decisions about what we were doing with the old chairs?
No.
No, I don't think we did we? A bit random. I thought we might ask, like Hinge Centre, the charity, if they needed them for anything. Because we did think about selling them, but that's effort and it's never going to happen, is it?
No.
And say you put them on for like, £5 for 20 chairs, someone would be like, can you take 2?
Can you deliver them?
Can you deliver them? Oh, I only want 15. We just, you know how it is when you try and sell stuff, personal stuff. It's not always easy, is it?
Can you pick my shopping up on the way around?
Nobody knows what you're talking about then. So yeah. So I thought maybe see if some of the local charities might be able to use them. Well, the Salvation Army, they've got a thing just down the road, haven't they? A
Yeah.
church. They might make use of them. They might not want them.
What was it to say?
Yeah, no, I'm asking, is it? The wonders of GW models, says Battlebay. It just wants to be fancy on the inside. Yeah, maybe I'm not putting it together right. It just makes no sense to me. When I stick it together, you might be able to just see like a pokey little tiny bit at the top or something. Speaking of chairs, says Sharon, I just received today my new computer chair after months of using mine with only one wheel left. I feel awesome and I keep bumping into everything because it rolls so well. Yeah, we don't have carpets and we have computer chairs and we can just push off and whee! And sometimes I just, little miss sits in my computer chair and I wheel her all around the house just for fun.
Yahoo!
Now this has got a painting guide, kind of ish. It doesn't seem to be showing me how to paint the thing I'm actually painting currently. But I don't use GW colours, so... But they've painted their coffin like grey. I don't know if it's supposed to be lead or something, maybe. Maybe it's supposed to be lead, I'm not sure. So they've used Administrarum Grey, Dawnstone, Nuln Oil, and Mechanicus Standard Grey, apparently.
Oh, right. I could furnish
There
you
you
with
go.
those colours if you weren't like.
It's just grey there. I don't think I'm going to do it grey. Yeah, I haven't been able to roll around for a long time. I can also sit with my legs crossed. Oh, you silly sausage. So, this is supposed to go in with that poinky bit. Now, I did accidentally pour the glue in earlier, didn't I? And I don't know if that's made it not fit. Oh no, there you go. It was just being daft before when I was trying to demonstrate. And then that bit goes on top. So you can't see it. I mean, like, okay, fair enough. I'm gonna glue it in now.
Sorry, I just made a few.
There is a wild Pokemon in chat. I mean, to be fair, I have really little space to roll, like 20 to 50 centimetres per side, hence the bumping everywhere.
My chair at the shop has one wheel less than it should have. It came off. It's the same as your chair there, but mine's got one less wheel, so I have to balance.
Mine's got all its wheels.
Minus. And that's it has.
Yeah.
Hey Pete, how are you doing? You getting any better yet, Pete? Yeah, I don't know what colour to do me. What colour shall I do me? I've lost it anyway. Where's it gone? What's under there? It's all ornate, look. It's got all fancy dancy bits on.
Fancy dancing.
Yeah.
I'm making.
Do you think we should keep it like wood? Do you think we should do some, like I did on this, some dry brushing over the top, and then maybe attempt to pick out these bits? I think they're supposed to be flowers. Could have little red. Or is that going to be too much? Shall we give it a go? Let's just give it a go.
What's the worst that can happen?
What's the worst that can happen? What did we have before? We didn't have Dr. Pepper at home. What did we have?
Oh, we had Professor Pepe.
Professor Pepe. That's good, isn't it? Good old Aldi. Was it Aldi? Oh.
Yeah. I didn't buy it again because you said it tasted weird.
Well, Dr. Pepper tastes weird though, doesn't it? That's the problem. Not doing too good. Was getting better. Yay! What? Can you not go back, or is it just a case of you just don't want to heal? Your body's going, no, not having none of that. Can you go and say to the healthcare professionals, can I have some help, please?
Look, Mummy.
I'm not sure why GW bother with the paint guides in the Paint app and on the box art. They're written by non-painters who run around trying to get a 10-second painting guide.
Look. The
Hello?
unicorn gun.
Oh, delightful, thank you. Can you go and brush your teeth, please? Thank you. Right, they're shooting me in the face with a gun you've just made from Lego.
Yeah, by the way, you're running 3 minutes over the top.
We're running 3 minutes over the top, aren't we?
Oh yeah, we
You
are.
definitely need to go and brush your teeth then. Basically, it's all a time thing. Lack of sleep ain't helping. Get some sleep then, Pete. What are you doing? Can you not sleep because it hurts? Is it that vicious cycle? And it's warm, isn't it? That's not helping anyone sleep currently.
Yeah, the heat is awful.
The heat is getting to us.
The heat can't be getting to you, little miss. You're the only one with a cool room.
Yeah.
Curtains closed, fan on, as cool as possible for making it for you. The neighbours and the pain. Oh, I see. You need to go tell your neighbours off. Oh, you missed the neighbours. Stop being noisy. We're very fortunate with our neighbours.
Yeah.
And not they're quiet. They worried when we moved in because our street is full of the elderly, and when we moved in we weren't, and they actually got very worried that we were going to disrupt the neighbourhood, and they didn't realise how boring we are and we blend in quite well.
And the worst thing that's happened is when we fired our rocket into the garden.
Yeah. It was a Coke bottle and some Mentos type rocket, and yeah, it went. Pew!
And
Also, it went on our garage roof.
It did go on the roof as well.
yeah, I had to go around and knock on their door and say, please can we have our rocket back?
We have our homemade rocket back, please, because we don't want to like litter your garden.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Sorry.
It was good fun, that little experiment. Once we'd had fun with the Coke and Mentos, we'd use the foot pump and a bit of water to pressurise our bottle rocket. It was good fun.
Got it done.
Yeah, it was something that our science teacher had done with us when I was at school, like at little Mrs. age, probably.
So
Yeah.
all good fun. Right, are you going to explain what you've done, and then we'll say goodnight to these wonderful people?
Yeah. Let me just finish this little bit. Nearly there. This guy's sword. A lot of silver, a lot of gold going on these guys currently.
Was that your explanation?
No. Sorry, I was just concentrating because that's a bit hard to get to, that area there. I think I've got it. Oh, there's some. Do I do that bit in? Oh no, we'll leave it.
Do you want to show your size comparison again for anybody that
For anyone that missed it.
Interested?
Oh, so that's this is Terminator Captain compared to old school Space Hulk Terminator. So blue guy is obviously old school Terminator. He's super tiny compared to new Terminator Captain. New Terminator Captain compared to normal Terminator. He is stood on a little bit of a rock, about the same kind of size. Let's go get new Terminator guy so he's not stood on the rock. Terminator Librarian from the Gene Stealer expansion, I believe it was. So Gene Stealer was the expansion that added psychic characters into Space Hulk, and Deathwing was the expansion that added the Assault Cannon. And here he is, Assault Cannon Terminator. Which they never produced in plastic until late 90s, early 2000s, I think. But so it was always in metal. This is one of the original metal Terminators from 1989. Assault Cannon Terminator. One of the best weapons in Space Hulk, apart from the heavy flamer, which is excellent for clearing corridors. I predict Space Hulk will make a bit of a comeback, possibly around Christmas time this year.
Why is that then?
Because we've got from recent Kill Team sets and the boarding actions set for 40k, we've got 3D wall sections now. And we've got these nice new Terminators, and I've heard that there is going to be some new Gene Stealers.
Oh, you like Gene Stealery things?
Yeah, new Gene Stealers coming with the new Tyranid range refresh. So we've got plastic Terminators, and these ones are push fit, which makes like box game type games easy to sell. So if they put the Terminators and they put new Gene Stealers and that terrain together, we could have a 3D Space Hulk set, which would be awesome. Be a fantastic product in time for Christmas. You know, if you haven't already worked on it, Games Workshop, maybe you want to start thinking about it.
I'm sure they know what they're doing, my darling.
Well, yeah. Judging by how many of certain things they've made recently, I'm not entirely sure they do. But yeah, apparently, so I have heard, the guy who used to be responsible for forecasting and manufacturing like capacity and stuff like that doesn't do that job anymore and doesn't work here.
Yeah, well, so we've got a fall guy now. It'd be nice if Mordheim got a GW makeover to go alongside the introduction of the new old world, says Terry.
Yeah.
Do you think that's sorry? Do you think that that's a good coffin if I did that all the way around? Do we think that looks alright? What do we think? You'll have to let me know in Discord. If I did this that all the way around. Yeah, it's alright, Sharon. Will it do? I mean, it's only going to go in the middle. Where's the thing? Oop, smack the camera. Oh, too far away, too close. It's only going in. You can only see this bit. You have to look really hard to even see it. Oh, thank you. Oh, good. I'm happy. I'm happy you're all happy. I still don't really understand the point of it being on this ornate what's it when you can't even see it. But anyway, thank you for the birthday, happy birthdays, Nusts. Thank you for being here. We really appreciate it, otherwise we'd just be talking to our little selves. Thank you to Reaper and any of the Reaper peeps that might happen to be still here for coming and saying hello. It's always awesome to see new people. And don't forget, we're not streaming tomorrow, and I don't think we're streaming at all next week, but I'll let you know nearer the time. Good luck with this kit. I was a massive achievement to finish, but an endurance journey. Yeah, that's why I'm not being very brave on them. I've just done that bit. It might go back on top of the cupboard again for another year. Take care, everyone.
Thank you.
You're all
Thank you, everyone.
superstars.